scored.
You want to just go ahead and start?
It depends.
Just kind of practice through. Okay. And that'll wrap it up for the first quarter of play. The score is 14-11. Your West Jessamine Colts lead by about 3. I wish I could have something to say about the game, but I haven't been watching it, so here we go. Your last name?
Wilder.
Eli Wilder. Okay. Wait a minute. Who's your roommate? Do you live alone, or do you have a roommate?
I live alone.
You live alone? No, I don't think so. Are we on? I have no clue. But usually with audio, they'll just cut us out, right? All right, well, I'm going to practice pronouncing their names. Kibon. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. All right. And welcome back to West Jessamine High School. The score is 14-11. The Colts lead by 3, and we're going to start off the second period of play. Seeing some, and a misaligned pass by the Colts. The ball turnover to Bluegrass.
Yeah, it just looked more like it was off timed.
Right.
Trying to come in early, and they just threw it a little too early and went straight to them.
And do you know their mascot? Mishandled by 22. That's Cummins, and that'll be a foul on number 20, Camber. It looks like he got him on his way up to the basket, and that will number 33, Michael Wright, will shoot 2 at the charity stripe.
I gotta say, it was a good job drawing the foul right there, trying to drive into the paint, but unfortunately couldn't finish, but it still gives a chance to take 2 shots right here.
Right, and a way to make something off of the mishandled pass by Cummins to get a good drive to the basket. Connects on his first free throw. We'll shoot a second one here. And he'll miss that one. Rebound by 20. Nice drive off the back iron. Picks it back up. Oh, foul. That's 21. Greer to go to the stripe.
Good play down low. Looked like he got the offensive board. The good part is he's trying to shoot it back up, but got the blocking foul, so now he'll go to the line again for 2.
First shot is up and won't go. Looks like he rushed it a little bit. Definitely should take more time on that. Second shot also won't go. Rebound by Benjamin. Kicks it out to Dylan. On the wing, back out to Benjamin. Benjamin's going to look over in the corner. Mishandled pass. Nice move to give it back to him. And they'll set right back up at the top of the key. Benjamin recovers. Euro step to the lane. Drive. Basket won't go. And Bluegrass will take it back up. Shot is up. Won't go. Rebound by Dylan. Dylan out to Little. Shot is rejected. Bluegrass running the court. Has a man open, won't pass. Decides to pull up. Shot is blocked.
Back-to-back deflections right there, and now they got a foul.
Just poor ball handling we're seeing right now. Definitely not taking their time with the ball, and they're seeing the results for it on the court. And Dylan Gregory will take the ball up the court for the West Jessamine Colts. And if you're just joining us, there's about 4:16 left in the quarter. The Colts lead 17-12, and that was a 3-point shot. King on the wing, goes to the baseline, and the shot is good.
A little bit of unawareness right there. It looked like he came off the defender, but then it gave him a chance to get the easy mid-range shot. And right there, just some more miscoordination by WestJess. Had a golden opportunity, but just went right through his hands, unfortunately.
Right, and a little bit of shakiness. The younger players, the JV guys, you know, they get their chance to come out here after, you know, watching the varsity plays. Definitely a little bit of nerve-wracking for the younger guys to be out here.
Yeah, but for the most part, they're still doing a good job. Still got a 3-point lead, about 3:41 in the second period. Still got a chance to increase their lead right here.
Right, and you see their coach is animate. It looks like he's, you know, talking to them about the way they're handling the ball. Definitely a huge point, or a huge part of the game with the fundamentals, you know, the basics. If you can't achieve those, then you can't do the other things, and it definitely will show on the court.
Number one priority for a player, handle the ball.
Right.
So long as you can handle the ball, you'll be making shots, getting chances on defense and offense.
And the rest of the game just follows after that. So Bluegrass will take the ball in at the bottom of the court, and Luke will pass over. Seeing some good ball movement here on this possession, but that's come to a halt with some defense. Ball in the low post, and one. That's number 22, Colt Cummins, converting on the play. That's definitely a good, strong basket by him that will push. We'll push the deficit to one here.
Good awareness down in the post. Just saw him down there, got the pass down, and then was able to draw a foul and get the end one. 3-point play right here, and it's good. And
he converts it. He takes that free shot and makes the most of it. Tie ball game here with 3:22 in the last
corner. Give him
and
that.
A three by Gamber Brown. That'll push the lead back up to 3, and here comes another 3. He's trading blows out here, the tie ball game here with almost about 3 minutes left to play.
And now we're getting to the fast break stuff. That's where things start to get a little bit complicated.
Poor ball handling there, but they attempt to get a shot up, won't go. Bluegrass moving the ball down the court. A pull-up 3 from deep, and that's Luke Habenreich with a in-his-face 3 to take the lead for the first time in the game.
Back-to-back threes on 2 possessions. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Another 3 is up, won't go. Bluegrass retains possession, and they're moving the ball up the court. A deep 3 by Habenreich. Another one. He is catching fire here in the second quarter. That's already 2 made 3s from deep for Habenreich. Low post shot is up, won't go. Bluegrass retains possession. Habenreich moving the ball up the court again. He's got another 3, it's up, will it go? Won't go this time. Colts are moving the ball. Slow it down here for a little bit, maybe a play will develop. And the score is 26-20. The Colts trail by 6 here with 1:45 left to play in the first half. A 3, deep 3 will go, and that's number 3, Dylan Gregory, excuse me. And Bluegrass will take a timeout. There's 1:32 left to play here in the first half. The score is 26-23, and Bluegrass leads over the West Jessamine Colts. Kid is cold. So it's first name, last name. That's what's throwing me off here.
Yeah.
So I'm like having some issues with that. With 1:32 left to play in the first half, the score is 23-26. Bluegrass leads by about 3. And we've seen a trading of three-point shots. Looks like it's getting it done for both teams here. Maybe we'll see some more of that as the half plays out.
Great sequence of events right there, just trading threes back and forth, and then eventually Bluegrass just manages to make some more.
A behind the back pass looked like it wasn't going to go. It's recovered by number 12, and that's Matt Donaldson to convert off of what seemed to be a broken play.
Kind of interesting that there, loose ball, it just picks it right up, and simple shot off the backboard.
And that's great awareness on the court by Bluegrass there to make something out of nothing. A nice pass to the wing, and it looks like Bluegrass will recover it, and that's Jeremiah Stifle playing some aggressive basketball right here. Deep three, won't go. And West Jessamine's going to push it down the court. Oh, and a block by Matt Donaldson.
And another steal back.
Steals it back. A behind the back pass. Oh, and a foul on Jeremiah Stifle. Once again, we are seeing just kind of some chaotic play on the court, but I mean, it's making for great, entertaining basketball.
I mean, steals on both sides of steals by both teams, then eventually it leads to another opportunity for WestJess to try and get some points back.
And Gamber Brown will be at the stripe for the Colts here. He goes 1 for 2. And there's 27.8 seconds left to play here in the first half. The score is 24-28. Colts trade by 4, and we'll see if Bluegrass can take advantage of this, what could be the last possession of the half. And that is a foul on Kayvon Lyers. You definitely don't want to pick up a foul 30 seconds before the half.
And then again, it's a little bit harder, especially if you're in a full court press situation like this. Very little time left in the game. You don't really have a whole lot of options left. You're just trying to keep them from getting the ball back down the other side of the court.
And they'll press again. A good pass over to the wing. Looks like he's going to give it back to Stifle, who looks like he traveled, but they won't call it. A corner three from Bluegrass won't go. 15 seconds left to play here in the half. A heave at the basket somehow goes in, and that's number 15. Ryan Moore with a prayer that made it in the basket. And that looks like they're going to call him for walking. That's number 22, Ethan Little, with a traveling violation.
I'm not going to lie, on that last Bluegrass possession, I thought he was just going to lob to somebody else, but one-handed hook shot, and it goes in for 3. That is incredible.
I mean, you don't see that even in the varsity games. In college, you really don't see that as far as deep as that was on the key. And a last-second shot, misses the goal, gets it back up, another one. Won't go. So at the end of the first half, the score is 31-25 here. West Jessamine trails by 6. Right now, the story is all Bluegrass unite. What is? I gotta figure out their mascot.
This is Asbury's doing this for practice, and you'll be in the shot if you're down here. Can I give you another table? Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, let me see what I can scrounge up here.
And welcome back to West Jessamine High School. If the score is 31-25 at the beginning of the second half, and so far we've seen somewhat of a thrilling game here. You know, a lot of mistakes, a lot of opportunities taken from those mistakes. But you know, what are your takeaways from the first half?
Not gonna lie, it's definitely something interesting to watch. I mean, obviously lots of turnovers and stuff, but the one thing that I've noticed is whenever turnovers start to happen, the pace of the game starts to pick up, and then you start to see some crazy events take place. For example, in the first half, we saw the one-handed hook shot, and it went for 3. That was insane. Not only that, but it also gave Bluegrass United a pretty big advantage going into the second half, as they currently have a 6-point lead.
Right. And Habenreich will take a deep 3 from the top of the key off. Rebound by the Blue Hawks. And they'll get that rebound back as well. Seeing some animation from WestJess's coach. Short mid-range shot won't go. The Colts are struggling on the defensive glass, and the Blue Hawks are taking advantage of it here. It's to open up. And
on that one, they had 2 defenders trying to cover the ball, but unfortunately, they both got in each other's way, and that led to a golden opportunity for an easy basket.
And that is definitely not the way the Colts expected to start this first half.
Oh, they had also missing shots.
You're right. Shot by Moore won't go. Habenreich taking it up the court for the Blue Hawks. 3 is up, won't go. Rebound Colts.
I mean, so far, pretty fast pace. But as you can already see, as soon as the pace of the game picks up, that's when you start to see the turnovers happen.
Right, and speaking of turnovers, there's another one right there by the Colts, and it's definitely showing on the scoreboard.
A little one by Bluegrass United, trying to figure out who's going to throw the ball in.
And that's good defense by number 12, Roba Tackett. Good awareness on that inbound play, for sure. And it looks like Bluegrass is tightening up their fundamentals here. They probably had a talk about it at halftime. A lot of adjustments are made there. And that is that is Kayvon Lyers with good hands on defense right there. Great awareness.
More like a good head. Bounced right off his head and the ball got loose. But unfortunately, it led to a WestJess foul. Bluegrass has the ball.
And you really want players that are just aware of their surroundings here. Habenreich, really been the man here for the Blue Hawks, taking up the court. Great ball handling here. Very calm, very controlled, and it's showing out there.
Very good hands.
King is going to kick it to Cummins. Cummins back to King on the baseline, and that is rejected by Lyers. And the Colts will foul. That's number 15. Trevor Bush with the foul, and that's unfortunate. Their defensive boards just coming out of the gate here have just not been there. And, you know, the more time you have the possession with the ball, the more chances you'll get to score in this game. And we're seeing that.
I mean, yeah, already lots of errors coming out of the gate, but then again, what can you expect?
Right.
All you got to do is just take your time and just feel out the field, find the play that works best.
And Cummins will take his second shot at the stripe here, and he converts both of those to extend the lead to 10 points now with 4:17 left to play in the third quarter. Bush here is going to look to Lyers. Lyers looking short corner, won't do it. He'll kick it to Roba Tackett. Deep three-point shot. He's going to try to give the Colts some momentum here, but Blue Hawks are going to push the ball down the court very quickly. Shot won't go. Cummins with the board. Great move on the post and a hook shot to just fade away and drill it. And that's all you can ask from your post player right there.
And again, height sometimes they say height doesn't matter, but in this case, it does, especially have a long reach to get to the basket.
Benjamin over to Bush, won't go. Tackett with the rebound. That's Tackett with a three. It won't go. Lyers with the great offensive rebounding here by the Colts. Another three won't go. We just saw, I believe, 4 threes up and missing from the Colts. And they're definitely going to need to convert on some of these free possessions if they're going to want a chance back in this game.
They're already taking deep shots, but at this point, I mean, already down by 9, looking for opportunities as best you can, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Habenreich's going to pull up for a short J, won't go. Blue Hawks with another offensive rebound. Air ball. Lyers is going to take it up the court. He's going to kick it to Tackett. Blocked by number 21. That'll be Andrew Ty. Ty back on the other end of the floor. He's going to kick it to Habenreich. Habenreich up for 2, and he connects.
There's also one thing that I did notice is that Bluegrass is getting a lot of offensive boards.
Right. And
leading to more opportunities to be able to get the baskets that they need, and now they currently have an 11-point lead because of that.
And a timeout here by the Colts. There is 2:36 left remaining in the third quarter. Your score is 39-28, and the Blue Hawks are in the lead. And so we've got a replay here. Look at that, just hesitation right there. He's going to pull up, and he's going to drill that shot. That's a great play by the Blue Hawks to turn another poor pass into an opportunity to score.
Mm-hmm.
So he said he's going to bit of technical difficulties here at West Jessamine High School. So we are unaware of the score and the time to play. So we're going to have to work through that. We're going to do our best here and work through these technical difficulties at the stadium.
Well, the good thing is we still kept track of the score. Right now it's 39-28, still an 11-point lead for Bluegrass United. But for the most part, I mean, everybody's just staying lax. They're just getting, and just like that, scoreboard pops back up.
Score is back here at West Jessamine just in time for the timeout to break. And we're getting a round of applause from the crowd here. And you can't hear it, but our crew is definitely clapping as well. .236 left to play here in the third quarter. The score is 28-39. The Blue Hawks lead by what seems to be 11 points. And the Colts will take it out at the baseline. Got some new faces in here. Number 2, Carter McMillan. And Dylan Gregory will take it up the court for the Colts. Excuse me. Tongue twister. Yes. And their coach is definitely frustrated with the poor ball handling. Corner 3 from the Colts won't go off the back iron. Offensive rebound. Great awareness by number 22, Ethan Little. Gregory at the top of the key, hesitation move, getting jumbled up. That's a jump ball, and it looks like the ball is going to go to the Colts.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to drive hard into the basket, but it just ran right into traffic and ended up being a jump ball as they were both vying for it. And now we get a pass in underneath.
Corner three looks good, and it'll go. That's number 22, Ethan Little. Jump ball, retain possession. I mean, it's not a perfect way to get a basket, but sure, it sure does help to cut the lead down to 8 here. And Bluegrass will look to keep that lead at 11, but we'll see what they can do here. Top of the key won't go, and Stifle on the reach-in foul. I mean, clearly grabbed his arm there, and you can't do that.
Yeah, foul underneath, at least they're not in the bonus yet, or else it would be 2 free throws.
Right, and it's looking like, according to the scoreboard, he's got about one foul in this game, which is not bad for the third quarter.
And JV, they won't really call fouls that much.
Little, another three won't go. And that'll be an over the back foul on, is that 21? That is Greer Horn. Stifle will take it up the court for the Blue Hawks here. Some tight pressure from, oh. And that's going to be a traveling violation. You can't pick up that pivot foot. You know, what would have looked like to be an easy basket is taken away from poor fundamentals on the court. And we've seen that from both sides here today.
Fair amount of miscues, but for the most part, they're trying their best to be able to get the points that they need. Oh, man, easy pass.
Gregory into Little over to, oh, completely misses the goal there. Little on the steal will get a foul and a chance to earn 2 points at the line, and coach has got to be happy with that. They haven't been doing much on offense, and it seems to be defense with their rebounding. You got to take what you can with the 3 points here.
Indeed. I mean, it was a great play. I mean, it was a great opportunity underneath. Bluegrass had the ball, and then all of a sudden he was trying to run for it, reverse layup for that matter, and then he got fouled in the process and already leads to 1 point.
And you've got to tip your hat to Little here. He's definitely stepping up. He's the player that is kind of really helping them stay in this game.
And just like that, it's now a 6-point game because of him.
King is going to take it up the court for the Hawks. Passes it over to Stifle. Is going to drive. Is rejected. And Carter McMillan's going to take it up. Kick it to Gregory. Gregory with a drive, and that is a hard foul by number 15, Ryan Moore. I mean, just an aggressive play but on the drive to the basket, and you just can't be that strong.
Indeed, easily missed foul down here underneath the Bluegrass basket, but instead, WestJess gets the ball back. They managed to drive it in, but leads to a foul and a pass in underneath.
The inbound to McMillan jumps over to get the pass, man. What a hop. Ball is poked loose by number 12, Matt Donaldson. That's a great defensive play there to kind of shut anything down that was developing. And you could just see such a hard foul there on the replay. Gregory to drive. Kicks it to McMillan. McMillan's going to take the lane himself back to Gregory. Another drive, won't go. Stifle will take it up the court for the Hawks. He's got a lane. And they'll reset at the top of the key. 3 by Stifle, and it goes. Jeremiah Stifle. And there's about 6 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Your score is 42-33. Stifle with a steal. 2 seconds left on the clock. A last-second shot. Just missed the basket. So at the end of the third quarter, the score is 42-33. The Blue Hawks lead, and they just came out of that half ready to play, and the Colts definitely didn't. The score is showing right now. Their play is scoring. Any thoughts so far?
I mean, obviously lots of miscues on both sides of the ball for WestJess, and Bluegrass has just taken the opportunity to get back some points from those miscues, and so far it's been led to a fairly big gap. I mean, if you take a look right here, Take a look right here. Dylan Gregory trying to get across to the legs, and Stifle just stole it back, but barely missed. Came up a little short, but overall, Bluegrass will be more than happy with the result that they have now, currently with a 9-point lead going into the last period.
So at the start of the fourth quarter, it is 42-33. We have just seen the Blue Hawks take control of this game. And now we're seeing some more familiar faces back on the court. Kayvon Lyers is in. Roba Tackett is in, and they were doing some great things before the second half ended, or the first half ended, excuse me. Habenreich is going to take it up. And Cummins is back in the game for the Blue Hawks. Top of the key approach. Baseline drive, and it won't go. An easy bucket, poorly missed. Colts are going to try to take advantage of this fast break. Over to Little, Little with the shot. Won't go.
And just like that, another off cue. I mean, he didn't really have a hold of the ball, trying to get it back in, but instead just ricocheted off his hands right back out of bounds.
And the Blue Hawks will retain possession here at the baseline.
Of course, now WestJess trying to add a little bit of pressure with the full court press. I mean, at least it gives them an opportunity to try and get the ball back.
And Habenreich will take a contested three that won't go, but at this point, he's going to take those shots.
Mm-hmm.
Just another poor ball handling situation from the Colts, and it's really been their downfall here.
And so far, it's been a minute here into the last period. No points yet.
Right. And Cummins will pump fake here, and a great steal from the Colts. Kicks it to Little. Little looking to drive, kicks it back out. Lyers, the top of the key, and they'll set right back up. Tackett with a great Euro step and a lay to try to just give them some momentum here in the fourth.
It was a great Euro step right there, and just like that, it's now 7 points.
And Lyers will steal the ball, and one. And that's how you do it, big man. Just under 4.5 minutes here to play, and the score is 37-42. A 5-point lead. It's definitely cut down from what it used to be when this quarter started.
And you realize, WestJess, this half, it's already been 4-0 WestJess. Bluegrass yet to get any points on the board. Just like that, it's now a 5-point game.
Exactly, and they're right back in it. Great defense from Lyers here. Habenreich looking to find something to do with that ball. He'll take it, and a great take by Habenreich to keep that lead extended.
Mm-hmm.
Lyers to his partner, Tackett. Tackett to the rim is rejected by Michael Wright. Great defensive play from the Blue Hawks.
Great block right there. Just saved them from 2 points.
Short jumper won't go. Rebound, Gamber Brown. He's having some trouble. And Little will kick it over to Lyers. Pump fake, great move. Take it to the basket, and is fouled hard by number 22, Colt Cummins.
Yeah, tried to get into the basket right there, but another foul from Bluegrass, and just like that, another opportunity to try and get some more points on the board, cut back into that lead.
And we've seen Kayvon Lyers really step up big. And you can tell when he and Tackett are in the game, it's just a different West Jessamine team you're seeing out there. Just completely different play from them.
So far, it's now a 6-point lead. Make that 5. Now they're right back to where they started when they started scoring some points. Of course, full court press back on.
And they'll break that press with Habenreich in the corner to Colt Cummins, nothing. Oh, and you just hate to see that for the Colts right there. Hustling out of bounds to get the ball, and it's an unfortunate play for them. Should have let it go.
Not a whole lot you can do right there. Apparently the ref said he had his foot on the line while he was trying to throw the ball back out, but it's a good
Cummins with
effort,
the fade won't go. He gets his own rebound and is fouled. If you're WestJess, you really don't want to foul right here.
Oh, look at that. Instead of a foul, they called a jump ball.
Wow. Interesting turn of events here. And that will give the Colts what they needed right there.
Another possession, another opportunity to try and get some points back.
And Lyles will take lead up the court for the Colts here. Kicks it over to Little, a big three, won't go. And Habenreich with the board. He's going to try to get out of some trouble. And he'll break their press. Good hands from Tackett right there. Great hands. Would have just stopped an easy 2 points for Habenreich.
Yeah,
and we've seen him finish in much worse conditions.
That is true. I mean, as you can tell from that right there, I managed to get the ball out, but it just rolled out of bounds too quickly.
A three from the Colts won't go, and I don't know that's the shot they're looking for there. Tackett up the court. Kick it to Lyers. And he won't get it. .243 left to play here in the fourth quarter. 44-39 is your score here. Colts looking to make a comeback here late in the game.
And now at this point, not getting below and a travel. As I was saying before, at this point in the game, you're about roughly 2.5 minutes left. This is where Bluegrass needs to stall out the clock as much as they can and then at least pick up a few points to maintain a lead.
And they've got to be smart with the ball. You can't turn it over. You can't give the Colts another chance to capitalize on these opportunities.
Especially on that travel like the last possession.
And Lyles will run the floor. It's help from a screen and a great play right there from the Colts. That's number 20, Gamber Brown, to cut this lead down to 3 here late in the fourth quarter. Great hands from Tackett, and Lyles will recover the steal. He kicks it out to Little. Little with the three won't go, and he just has great hands. Just great hands defensively. You can tell the Colts really want to make an effort.
Lyles tried to go in hard on that one, but instead it gets fouled, or gets a foul.
Controversial call right there. And you got to just respect the hustle from the Colts right now. They're doing everything they can right now to win this game, and it's showing.
I mean, a great job with their effort so far, and now it's just only a 3-point lead. Even though the ball's on the other side of the court, they still have a chance to be able to come back and try and win this thing.
Right. And there's 1:54 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Your score is 41-44. The Blue Colts lead by 3. West Jessamine showing a lot of effort out there, really trying to get a grip on this game. Stifle to take it up the court for the Blue Colts. He denied shot right there. And he'll get it to Cummins. Cummins will look, fouled, and one. And he'll get a chance to make a 3-point play out of that.
Yeah, a bit of a defensive miscue right there. Wise thing to do is to not try and draw any fouls and let him take the shots. They're going to end up missing eventually, but on that one, he did not.
And Cummins' free throws won't go. Lyers take it up the court, and he'll drive, and he'll get that tough bucket. Great playing from the young man to cut the lead back down to 3.
Hard drive right there. Now it's back to a 3.
Great hands and a jump ball. Lyers really putting the team on his back here late in the 4th. And I mean, you just gotta respect the hustle from him right here.
Indeed. Still Bluegrass ball, but still got plenty of time to try and get it back.
Inbound is good, and you really just tough defense from Lyers there. Over to Cummins in the corner. He'll look for baseline, but won't take it.
Now at this point, you got roughly a minute left. This is where Bluegrass is at the stalling point right here. Hold on to it as long as you can, and, and hope you don't get a turnover.
Stifle in the paint is rejected, but they call a foul. That's number 14, Max Galbraith.
Talk about effort right there.
And you can just see right here, emphasis on that smack.
It looked like the foul. It looked like the foul was off of number 14, Benjamin Hershey, and now another opportunity for Stifle to go to the line. Just like that, it's now a 2-possession game. Try and at least tie this up, but we'll see where this goes.
And we just have just under a minute left here to play in the 4th quarter before it is all said and done for these 2 JV teams. Lyers looking to do something for his team. He's been doing it for him all this 4th quarter. Corner 3 won't go. Oh, and a loose ball will go over to the Blue Hawks, and they'll retain possession and continue to try to just chew this clock out.
Yeah, good effort
45
there,
seconds here left, and the Colts make a huge pass, but it goes back to Little, over to Lyers in the corner. 3-point shot is up, and he misses. Tackett with another 3, and it's up, and it misses the goal too. Tough rebounding, and Stifle's going to come away with a steal. And Lyers with another steal, and he's going to take it up. An easy 2 for the Colts here, and they'll call a timeout. 23.3 seconds left to play here with a 3-point lead from the Blue Hawks.
And just like that, it's now coming down to the wire. This is what high school basketball is all about.
That's right. Replay. And just great awareness from Lyers right there for the easy 2 to get them back into this game. .3 seconds left to play here in the 4th quarter. 45-48. Just a 1-possession game here for either team. If you get the next bucket and you're the Blue Hawks, you're most likely going to win this game. And if you get the bucket for the Colts, we're most likely going to see some overtime here, and we love some overtime.
Indeed. There's 23.3 seconds left. You know you're going to be seeing a full court press right here by WestJess.
And fouling on contact, really. Looks like, and that's exactly what they'll try to do, but they won't get the foul off, and time is just ticking off that clock. No foul here yet. Still haven't seen a foul. They're just going to keep moving the ball around and just run it out, and they finally do foul. Almost all the time on the clock is ran out from poor execution. I mean, you foul the second it hits his hands, and just priceless time coming off the clock here.
Now, take a look. Bluegrass is now in the bonus. Now got 2 shots, 9.5 seconds left. We'll see where this goes. But then again, anything can happen. We shall see.
And Cummins will convert to make this a 2-possession game. 9.5 left here to play in the 4th. A now 4-point lead for the Blue Hawks. It's not looking good for the Colts.
Yeah, pretty much. Only got 1 man below. Now they're going to put everybody back. And, of course, WestJess trying to roll it, see how far they can get up the court before they start the clock.
5-point lead. They need to get a shot up here quick. They're wasting valuable time. Three is up, won't go, and that's just, oh, and the Blue Hawks will just run the timeout. And that is your final, 50-45 here. The Blue Hawks will defeat the Colts in what was just a back and forth battle.
And again, great effort by both teams. Not the best basketball we've seen, but definitely something to keep the crowd entertained.
And that is all we have here at West Jessamine. In about 30 minutes, there will be a varsity game, so stick with us.
I mean, we got about 20 minutes left until they start getting all the pregame stuff, so.
the West Jessamine Colts versus the Bluegrass United Blue Hawks, and a thrilling JV game to prelude this varsity one, and we're hoping to see a lot out of the Colts tonight, having a pretty decent season so far.
Indeed, so far some pretty good action earlier here tonight, but now we will see what the varsity has to offer. We will get started in roughly a minute, have our introductions, and then we'll get going with our national anthem and then the tip-off, so stay tuned.
Their flag.
And will you please stand for the playing of our national anthem by the West High Pep Band. Bluegrass United. And one guard, number 1, Guy Gilson. Another guard, number 2, Liam Hansen. Another guard, number 10, Will Hobbenwitz. Another guard, number 13, PJ Kaufman. Another guard, number 24, Reese Megan. And the Blue Hawks are coached by Gavin Gilson. The starting lineup for the coach of West High. And one guard, number 2, Drew Marshall.
Started here at West Jessamine High School here in Wilmore, Kentucky. Have West Jessamine Colts taking on the Bluegrass United Blue Hawks. Your starters for West Jessamine, number 2, Drew Marshall, Hogan Price, Pierce Dukas, Red Bush, and Daniel Waters. For Bluegrass United, Guy Dwerison, Liam Hansen, Will Hobbenreich, Reese Badioke, and PJ Kaufman. Ball is tipped off and already against the Bluegrass United as we get underway here. Ball goes up to the top of the key with Kaufman. Working it back and forth between Kaufman and Hobbenreich. Works over to the right side. So works it off. Shot underneath. Missed. Offensive board. Put back. Missed again. And another shot. Again missed. Rebound by number 31, Daniel Waters. Ball taken back up by number 2, Drew Marshall. Hogan Price drives in, missed. Forward by number 10, Will Halbenreich. Paul pass back up to Kaufman, back to Halbenreich. So far, action's been pretty good. Now Halbenreich trying to work inside. Shot at the top, and it's good.
It's a good look right there from number 13, J.P. Kaufman. Just a great shot up there to get things started for us.
Now Daniel Waters trying to drive in, outside number 13, and it's good. Hogan Price with the first 3 of the night.
13 and 13 trading blows early here in the first.
So far, 2 shots take. So far, 3-2 game for WestJess. Halbenreich working the top. Shot deep by number 1, Guy Dwerson, and it's good. Deep 3, and now he's 3-5 in favor of Bluegrass United.
Just a beautiful shot there by Dwerson.
Price trying to work around, hands it back up to Marshall at the top. Now WestJess resetting again. Marshall drives in, finds Price in the corner, and it's good.
Shooting the lights out already here early in this game.
And another 3 for Hogan Price so far, and it's now 6-5 WestJess. Works down to number 24, Matty Oak, back to the top of the key with Halbenreich. Halbenreich works out to Dwerson, back to Halbenreich. And now over to, finds him, Kaufman, shot, missed, rebound by number 31, Daniel Waters. Baseball chuck all the way to Hogan Price, layup missed, and it goes out, and it will be off of Bluegrass United. So far, fast action, fast-paced game so far.
And you love to see it. It's basketball at its finest here, just quick playing, and it's not what we were used to last game.
Waters at the top of the key finds Marshall, and it's good.
Just so offensive here in this first quarter, and it's really entertaining to watch.
So far, 2 players, 9 points for WestJess. Bluegrass at the top of the key with J.P. Kaufman. Finds Halbenreich on the other side. Now he's going to try and drive in. Finds Kaufman on the outside. Shot off, and it's good.
And getting it done from 3-point here is the Blue Hawks.
Yep. So far, highly paced game. Marshall pass inside to Pierce Dukas. Foul on the play, but so far,
just in and out right there. And you hate to see it, but he'll get his 2 shots here at the stripe.
And just like that, Pierce Dukas will go to the line for the first time tonight.
He fouls on number 24, Matty Oak, his first, team first.
First shot by Dukas is good. Just like that, 10-8, going to try and increase the lead to 3 right here.
And great offensive play from both sides here. Really efficient.
Off the rim, and he still got it. Now Dukas. Pass over to Price, tries to work in, and it is out off Bluegrass.
See the ref playing a little good defense right there, getting in the way.
Yeah, J.P. Kaufman tried to intercept that pass, but instead bounced off his hands out of bounds, and now Marshall will take it at the top of the key. Pass out to Waters. Waters finds Bush. Now back to Dukas to the top, goes into Price. Price working around, trying to drive in, finds Waters. Instead, trying to get the pass out to Drew Marshall, deflected again off J.P. Kaufman. It is now still WestJess ball.
That's good hands by Kaufman there, way to get big, spread the arms out on defense.
Waters passing to Marshall at the top. Dukas tries to find an open man, finds Marshall back at the top. Marshall working along the outside. Finds Waters at the top. Waters looking in, finds Bush. Instead, out again on Bluegrass. Guy Dwerson tried to chase after it, but instead stepped out as he was trying to put the ball back in.
That's a way to hustle there by number 1, Guy Dwerson.
Daniel Waters, deep from 3. Bounce back off the rim, picked up by number 24, Reese Mattio. Now J.P. Kaufman at the top of the key for Bluegrass. Finds Hansen, works back up to Kaufman. Kaufman, pass back out to Dwerson. Dwerson deep from 3, and it's good.
And it just seems like the Blue Hawks are really capitalizing on that 3-point shot right now.
And just like that, there's nobody there. Picked up by Kaufman. Kaufman, easy layup for another 2.
Just steal the transition to easy buckets, and that's how you take a lead right there.
Indeed, J.P. Kaufman stayed hot tonight. So far, 7 of the 13 points for Bluegrass United. Guy Dwerson with the other 6. Right now, 13-10 lead for Bluegrass United.
Replay.
Of course, take a look at the replay right here. Kaufman just got it right off. There's nobody home and goes in for the easy layup.
Easy money right there. You'll take it every day.
Of course, coming back from the timeout now. Still the same lineups as we saw earlier, but now WestJess going to have to try and limit those mistakes on both sides of the ball.
Just a true high school atmosphere here tonight. We've got the student section loud, the band, the cheerleaders tumbling. Definitely takes you back to the glory days, doesn't it?
Indeed. Couldn't ask for anything more than that. Daniel Waters throw in to Drew Marshall. Marshall working up to the top of the key off the right side. Working against Dyke Dwerson. Pass to Bush. Now playing a little triangle. Bush deep off the back. Rebound by Kaufman. And another foul on the play.
You appreciate the hustle, but in the long run, you really don't want to pick up an early foul if you're number 21. Pierce Dukas. You're a good player, and they're going to need to later on in the game for sure.
Indeed. Dukas' first foul of the game thus far. Bluegrass United working the ball back up with J.P. Kaufman. Pass back over to Hanson. Finds Garrison in the corner, off the rim. Ball gets loose and it's picked up by Marshall. Oh, pass intercepted by Hanson, and another foul on the play.
I mean, what can you do there if you're Drew Marshall? You're leaning out of bounds. Either way, you turn the ball over. You know, it's just between a rock and a hard place right there.
Yep, and just like that, Liam Hanson will go to the line for the first time tonight, looking to try and increase the lead. 3 points and off the rim.
Free throws are definitely going to matter in this close. What seems to be is going to be a close game, and you're definitely going to want to capitalize on every opportunity you get.
Indeed, 0 for 2 so far for Blue. 0 for 2 from the line. Now Marshall trying to get a fast break. Works in, layup, and it's up. Rolls off the rim, picked up by Hanson. Hanson trying to slow down. Finds Dwerson on the outside. Dwerson deep from 3. Bounces off the rim, picked up by Bush. Bush works back up. Pass to Dukas. Inside to Waters. Deep from 3 is Bush.
Bush with a dagger right there from the top of the key.
Just like that, we now have ourselves a tie game, less than 3 minutes to go. Hubbenreich works in, finds Matty Oak, trying to work against Waters. Miss, gets his own board, tries to put it back up, deflected.
Strong from number 24, Reese Matioke. I mean, the big man doing work down there. You got to appreciate it.
It looks like
Fouls on number 21. Dukas, his second, team third.
just like that, apparently Pierce Duke has picked up another foul tonight, his second already. Hanson throws into Matty Oak, misses. Knocked back in, and now Ashton Harris is in the game. Miss, Hogan Price puts it back up and draws a foul.
That's great to get an outlet pass off the block from off of Matty Oke's shot, and they're going to try to get 2 free ones right here.
Now it looks like number 12, Ashton Harris, will come in for Dukas, who's already some early foul trouble, 2 fouls so far.
And if you're the coach, do you keep Dukas in? Do you take him out?
I mean, you already have some good offensive weapons with Hogan Price. Right now, 8 points on the night.
It's very impressive.
Now Kaufman, pass off to Dwerson, back to the top with Kaufman. Now Bluegrass trying to work in a little bit. Instead finds Hanson on the other side, trying to drive it in. Looks for Hubbenreich in the corner, back up to the top with Dwerson. Dwerson pass over to Kaufman. Kaufman instead looks back to Dwerson, tries to look inside, finds Matty Oak. Matty Oak driving into the paint, gets stripped, goes out off of WestJess, and it's still Bluegrass's ball. Now substitution coming in, number 23, Noah King, coming in for number 2, Liam Hanson. Guy Dwerson with the throw, and so far 15-13 for WestJess. Dwerson finds Kaufman deep, back at the top of the key. Looks at Dwerson. Dwerson looking in to Hubbenreich. Hubbenreich back to the top of Kaufman. Finds King open. King drives in, Matty Oak in the paint, and it gets fouled in the process.
Looks like they're giving Matty Oak a lot of looks here because there's really no one to match his physique on the Colts. I mean, he's a big guy. You can tell he hits the weight room, and it looks like they're going to take advantage of the size difference down there.
Well, they'll definitely try. Reese Matty Oak, 6'1", 188, takes his first shot and misses. You already said it earlier, Asa. Free throws will matter in a close game like this. So far, they've already missed 2 tonight. Make that 3 with that first shot from Matty Oak.
And you just got to practice them. They're free throws. They're just going to give it to you, and he'll get the second one right there and go after that one.
And just like that, he manages to make that one. So now, look at that. Daniel Waters driving in hard in the paint and gets an easy bucket.
Just a great take right there. The gather, dribble, the hop step, and it's right there. Perfect play from the Colts.
Now J.P. Kaufman at the top of the key, looks in, finds Halbenreich. Halbenreich trying to drive to the basket, rolls right off of the rim.
It's a good effort on that first shot to kind of absorb the contact right there and get the angle on the basket, but unfortunately it won't go for Halbenreich.
Indeed. And just like that, looks like called a foul right there. Looks like off of number 10.
I believe
looks like off number 10, Will Halbenreich.
He fouls on number 10, Halbenreich, his first, team third.
Now pass underneath, Daniel Waters to throw it in. Finds Little. Price at the top of the key, and it's good. WestJess doing a great job of playing the hot hand tonight. Hogan Price keeps adding to his total now with 11.
And the three-point shot is playing a big role in tonight's game, and I think it will continue to do so.
And just like that, Daniel Waters went after the pass. Pass went out off Halbenreich, and now it's WestJess's ball. Great awareness there by Waters. Now Price will take it up, and now go with Waters, but instead, going to look outside to Little. Price, Waters, finds Bush. They're going to try and work it back out to Waters. Waters finds Price, trying to drive in, but instead gets called for a travel.
Decent ball movement there for the Colts, but not enough movement when you don't have the ball. And that is very important when you're trying to break down a defense and collapse it.
Now J.P. Kaufman will take the ball back up, trying to look around. Looks into Halbenreich. Layup, missed, rebound by Bush. And now he's going to take it up himself. Trying to find in. Finds Little on the outside. Bounces off the rim. Board by Matty Oak.
Strong guys in the paint right now. Halbenreich, great muscle physique. Same thing we already said with Matty Oak. And it looks like they're trying their best to get the ball to the post.
Indeed. Looks into Halbenreich. Jump shot. Gets it in.
Tough bucket to end the first quarter there. Tough bucket.
Just like that, it's the end of the first period right now. WestJess with a 20-16 lead. Hogan Price leading the way for the Colts with 11 points tonight. Very impressive from the young man so far. As we take a look, Kaufman looks in, Halbenreich, shot at the top of the paint. Just easy buckets.
A physical shot right there. Definitely a tough bucket to get.
Of course, we'll take a quick time right here for the West Jessamine cheerleaders. Great routine right there from West Jessamine's cheerleaders as we now get started with the second period. So far, a very great first period by both teams.
West High will inbounds the ball.
Start this period with the WestJess throw-in. Waters to Price.
We saw Bluegrass do a lot of three-point shooting early on, but it looks like they're really trying to work it down on the post and take advantage of their big guys down there, and it hasn't been working out too good for them. We'll see if they stick with it here.
Indeed. Waters sitting at the top of the key, passing back between Price and Little. Price back to Waters. Waters trying to drive in. Instead, finds Bush on the outside. Bush back up to Price at the top. Price trying to drive in himself. Nancy foot break there, finds Little. Goes to Waters. Waters from deep. And it's good.
Just as I was about to say good perimeter defense, they can another one from three-point territory.
So far, as to Waters' total tonight to 5. Now Kaufman back at the top, passes over to Dwerson. Dwerson another deep 3. Bounces off the rim. Instead, picked up by WestJess. Good job by Waters. Waters going to try and take it himself. Instead, lose control of the ball. Instead, picked up by Price. Price goes back to Bush. Finds Little on the outside. Back over to Bush. Takes a deep 3. Bounces off the rim. Offensive board. And it's a foul.
And you can see Bush right there thinking about making that extra pass, hesitated, and you can't do that. You really need to get the ball movement flowing to get something on the offensive side.
Foul by Guy Dwerson. A great offensive board by number 12, Ashton Harris. Daniel Waters with the throw-in for WestJess. Finds Harris, looks a little on the outside, deep 3, and it's good. And so far, great job by WestJess finding guys on the outside. They are looking hot tonight.
Little, the underclassman, getting it done for the Colts on the three-point line.
Matteo trying to work inside, finds Dwerson, another deep 3, and it's good.
We're going back to the three-point shootout, and I love it. It's definitely it's an entertaining way to play the game.
Gotta love these old-fashioned shootouts. Right now, 26-19 lead for WestJess. Waters and Price trying to work back and forth. Price trying to drive it in, but Waters trying to drive it in. Finds Price back outside, and then Price finds Bush. Bush from deep, bounces off the rim, and the foul. It will go towards Bluegrass.
Great defensive possession there from Bluegrass. You see they try to drive the paint, the help comes in, and that's how you coach it up to a perfection right there, playing as a team.
First foul tonight for Ashton Harris. Bluegrass gets the ball. Kaufman working up. Goes back to Hanson. Kaufman, Dwerson deep again, and it's good. Guy Dwerson looking hot tonight. 12 points so far. It's now a 4-point game, still in the Colts' favor.
He is definitely catching fire from the three-point land, and I would keep kicking the ball to him.
Hogan Price takes a shot off the rim. Little trying to find a bounce pass, intercepted, picked up by Guy Dwerson. Tries to find Kaufman on the outside, but instead goes wide. Still Bluegrass's ball. Looked like it was tipped off by Hogan Price.
And I know you want to make that pass. You want to do what you can to get it to your teammate, but if it's not there, just take it back up to the top, reset, and get gathered. Fortunately for the Blue Hawks, it gets back to him.
Dwerson finds Halbenreich, and it's good.
That's just a good, strong J from number 10. He's a senior, so you expect him to make those easy buckets.
Indeed. Waters trying to look in. Jump shot. On the backboard, goes wide. Rebound by Halbenreich. Now taking himself, trying to get resituated here. Still a 2-point lead in WestJess's favor. Dwerson finds Matteo. Matteo trying to drive in, but instead, looks like we got ourselves a jump ball here. Jump ball goes in Bluegrass's favor. It looked like it was a foul, but instead he managed to get a hold of it.
I don't know about you, Eli, but it looked like it was a bit of a travel there. May have gotten away with one. Blue Hawks retain possession here.
D3 by Hanson, missed easily. Harris goes right to Little, easy 2. And now we're getting some fast breaks going right here. Kaufman all the way down to Halbenreich. Halbenreich trying to work in. Swivels, layup, and it's good.
Practice makes perfect, big man. Great footwork, great spin move, easy 2.
And now Price trying to work against him, finds Little, back to Price. Price works over to Waters. Waters driving in. One-handed shot, miss. Offensive board by Harris, miss. Instead it goes back to Matteo. Matteo pass to Kaufman as Bluegrass drives the ball back to their side. Finds Hanson, works into Matteo. Matteo to Halbenreich. Halbenreich trying to drive in. Layup, miss. Offensive board by Matteo, and it's another jump ball. This time it will go in WestJess's favor.
You know, a jump ball right there. I don't know if that's the right call, but that's what we're going with here.
Indeed, Waters throwing to Price. WestJess with a 28-26 lead. Less than 4:40 to go in the second period here. Price working over to Waters, back to Price. Trying to drive against Dwerson, goes back to Waters. Waters takes the dribble, finds Little on the outside. Little deep from 3. off the rim. Harris tried to get the board, but instead picked up by Halbenreich. Halbenreich passed over to Kaufman.
Halbenreich huge on the boards here for the Blue Hawks. Definitely want to keep him out of foul trouble.
Indeed, Kaufman working back against Price, trying to see if he can drive in. Halbenreich setting up the pick, finds Duerson on the outside. Duerson down at the corner to Hansen. Hansen shot off the backboard, but Hansen picks it back up, tries to go for another shot, missed again, picked up by Brett Bush.
Great no-look pass there by Duerson.
Bush trying to drive in, finds Waters. Waters goes in himself, layup, and it's good.
Great footwork right there from 31. Daniel Waters just perfect right there.
Now Kaufman working back at the top, 30-26 now for WestJess, finds Halbenreich. Halbenreich goes to Mattio. Mattio goes in, gets the and one.
Give credit where credit is due. Great elusiveness on that pass there from Halbenreich, and a tough finish from number 24.
Now Mattio will go to the line again. So far 1 for 2 on the night. So far 3 missed free throws for Bluegrass, and who knows, it may come back to bite them in the butt later in the game.
They've got it back down to 2. These free throws are big. And he can't get it.
Misses again. Rebound by Halbenreich. Halbenreich puts it back up for another 2.
Way to carry your team out there, big man. Keep up the good work.
Just like that, we now have some tied game. Waters and Price working back. Finds Little on the outside. Little finds Price. Price with the hot hand, and it's good.
Trade and blows here. We've got a good one early on.
Indeed, now 33-30 in favor of WestJess. Kaufman working against Price here. Finds Duerson on the outside. Working against Little. Goes back to Kaufman at the top. Finds Halbenreich on the outside. Looks like WestJess is trying to play a zone. Kaufman finds Matty Oak in the middle. Finds Duerson. Layup, and it's blocked by number 12, Ashton Harris. Harris pass up to Price. Price driving up. Looks for a jump shot. In and out, but put back by Waters, and that one's also missed. Rebound by Hansen. Duerson working down, pass into Halbenreich, and it is a timeout, it looks like, in favor of Bluegrass.
And that's a good timeout right there. Things are getting a little chaotic. Slow it down. Get your guys where they need them to be. Get to the ball where you want.
Let's take a look at the last replay. He finds Duerson, but that is blocked by Harris. A great defensive play right there.
Just physical defense right there. You'll love to see it.
So far, we got ourselves a great slugfest here. Right now, Guy Duerson for Bluegrass, 12 points so far. Will Halbenreich with 8 on the other side of the ball. Hogan Price with 14 so far for WestJess. Daniel Waters with 7.
And to me, a big leader for the Blue Hawks is definitely 10, Will Halbenreich. Definitely getting it done on both ends there. Converting from the charity stripe. A big leader, senior on the team. He's definitely taken his role and has accepted it and is doing it well.
Indeed, so far, West is doing a great job of passing it out and making the threes beyond the arc. That has been their go-to shot thus far in the game. Now as we come back out of the timeout, looks like it will be Bluegrass ball off the side. And right now looking to try and get back in this thing. Only down by 1 possession, but we will see where this goes. Duerson finds Kaufman, back up to Duerson. Duerson over to number 14, Luke Halbenreich, brother of Will. Goes back to Kaufman. Kaufman driving in, jump shot, misses hard. Rebound by Harris. Harris pass back to Price as he takes it back up. Price and Bush, back and forth action. Looks in, finds Harris. Waters on the outside. Waters deep from 3. Goes wide, picked up by Halbenreich. Finds Duerson. Take his time, goes up to Kaufman near half court.
Shot didn't go, but great ball movement from the Colts there.
Indeed, Kaufman deep from 3. Off the back of the rim. Duerson offensive board. Goes back out to Halbenreich. Halbenreich back to Kaufman at the top of the key. Looking to reset. Goes over to Luke. Back to Kaufman. Kaufman over to Duerson. Duerson deep from 3. Off the rim, picked up by Will Halbenreich, tries to put it back, missed. Duerson missed on a putback again, picked up by Brett Bush, and a foul call.
And it looked like number 22, Ethan Little, got punched in the face right there accidentally. Definitely a hard foul that got missed.
Fouls on Halbenreich right there. Now WestJess ball looking to try to increase their lead here with Hogan Price driving the ball down. Finds Bush. Bush goes back to Price, and it's picked off by Halbenreich. Halbenreich drives in, looking for a basket and gets it underneath.
Great play from the leader right there.
Now a 1-point game. WestJess looking to try and keep their lead alive at this point. Back and forth action between Bush and Price. Price trying to find the inside man with Harris, but instead keeps going back and forth. Price out to Little. Little deep from 3. Off the rim. It's picked up by Luke Habenreich. Habenreich looking, trying to drive it in. Shot off the rim. Instead picked up by WestJess.
WestJess doing really good from the 3-point line, but right now it looks like they're...
And Bush deep from 3. You talk about range right there. Great job by Bush. Habenreich shot again, and that one's good.
Tough bucket again from number 10, Habenreich. Taking much of the load on himself here this first half.
Indeed, so far we got ourselves a slugfest right here. WestJess up by 2. Now 30 seconds left in the game.
It looks like
Price.
WestJess is just going to wait till they get some pressure here.
Indeed,
They're just going to
Price
move this
taking
clock
his time
down.
up near the top of the key. Now clock's winding down. We are now down to 15 seconds left in the first half. Kaufman applying pressure, but Price is just going to keep the ball at the top of the key. Now Price looking to try and drive, finds Bush. Bush looks in, finds Harris, and it looks like Harris stepped out. Actually, no, it'll be a blocking foul.
Wow. Okay. And it looks like there's enough time, at least, for WestJess to get a final shot off here to end the first half.
Foul by Reese Mattiot, 2.6 left on the clock. Waters, shot off. Goes behind the backboard, and that will be the end of the first half.
So far, we've seen a 3-point shootout, a big man in the paint, transition game, turnovers, steals, blocks, hard fouls, everything a high school basketball game has to offer. We've seen it right in front of us here in this first half.
Indeed, so far a high-scoring affair going into at the end of the first half. Right now, 36-34. Hogan Price leading the Colts with 14 points thus far. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ball with Bluegrass, Guy Dewerson with 12, Will Habenreich with 12 as well. J.P. Kaufman adding 7 of his own. So far, great game so far. Asa, what do you think?
I think, like I said earlier, the free throws really matter, and you just have to be smart with the ball here. It's just going to come down to who's making the least amount of mistakes here in the end, because we've got 2 great basketball teams battling it out, and the most fundamental team will win.
Indeed. And now going into halftime, both teams will be trying to work out the kinks. That way we can see the best ball when we come out for the second half. Now 36-34 in favor of WestJess. We will see you all for the second half.
move on to the scorer's table. If there's an electrician in the gym, please report to the scorer's table. And as play resumes, the Blue Hawks will inbounds the ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the campus of West Jessamine High School here in Wilmore, Kentucky, as we are set to get the second half underway. I'm Eli Waddle alongside Asa Callow as we get started. Kaufman start off with the ball. Right now 36-34 in favor of West Jessamine. Asa, what did you think of the first half, and what do you expect to see here in the second half?
I saw a lot of heavyweight battling. I saw a lot of three-point shots, and I think we're going to keep it right there. I think Bluegrass keeps feeding it to the big men, and I think West Jessamine tries to capitalize off their three-point shots.
Indeed, so far, Matteo goes in, easy basket.
Just like we saw in the first half, big men getting it done down low on the block.
Ooh, Daniel Waters. Fancy moves, and now up by 2 again. Kaufman starting up.
Strong take right there, strong
Indeed.
take.
Kaufman starting up at the top and goes back to Halbenreich. Halbenreich working in, finds Matteo. Matteo, lay up to the basket, and it's good.
24 getting it done right here at out the gate of the second half for the Blue Hawks.
I mean, you already said before, they got to feed it to the big men, and apparently they do feed it to their big men. Deep three by Daniel Waters. Now WestJess takes a lead by 3. Pearson working over to Halbenreich. Halbenreich trying to find a man on the inside. Looking into the paint, instead drives back up, finds Matteo. Matteo standing at the top of the key. Hands it back to Kaufman at the top. Kaufman finds Halbenreich. Trying to find a way to drive in. Halbenreich goes in, jump shot, off the rim, offensive board by Hansen. Instead, deflected, and now goes back to Kaufman. Kaufman trying to drive in. Instead, miss, goes back to Marshall.
Fast break opportunity here for the Colts.
Marshall with a layup. And brings off the rim, rebound by Halbenreich, goes back to Matteo. Matteo's on the arc, goes back to Halbenreich at the top, finds his way to Kaufman.
Great way to slow things down right there.
Indeed, Kaufman trying to drive on the outside instead. Knocked out by Drew Marshall. It'll still be Bluegrass ball on their side. And here we go. JP Kaufman with a pass in. Instead, find who? Apparently no backcourt violation. Pass goes over to Kaufman. Waiting for the right opportunity. Finds Howard-Wright beyond the arc. Trying to find Maggio instead. Takes the three. Bounces off the rim. Rebound by Hansen. Hansen by Dewerson. Dewerson missed. Rebound by Marshall. Knocked off his foot. Picked up by Hogan Price. Price driving down the right side of the court. Finds Waters. Waters trying to drive in on the basket. Instead, goes back out to Price. Price with a hot hand, and it's good.
Picking up right where he left off from the first half.
Indeed.
A triple right there.
Hogan Price, talk about a hot hand tonight. He's already got 17 on the night. Matteo driving into the basket. Easy shot off the backboard for another two.
So far, 24 Matteo, only one
Price
to score.
again. This time off the rim, rebound by Howard-Wright. Howard-Wright takes it up himself, trying to find an open man. Finds Dewerson. Dewerson drives in, finds Matteo. Matteo with the layup, no shot, travel.
And I don't know if that's the perfect call, but once again, Matteo doing it everything he can right now for the Blue Hawks. He's their guy.
Indeed, find Price in the corner, works into Harris. Harris trying to drive it on Matteo, layup, and it's good. Magic Harris getting a little physical under, gets the necessary two. Kaufman back at the top again, finds Dewerson. Dewerson over to Matteo. Matteo driving in the paint. Shot off the backboard, missed, rebound by Waters. Waters takes it himself, finds Price. Price working back, goes on the arc. Finds Brett Bush wide open for the three.
WestJess sticking with the three-point shot, and it's working for him. Blue Hawks are definitely going to have to find a way to score other than Matty Oak here in the second half if they want to keep in this game.
Indeed, Haubenreich starting with the ball, tries to drive in, but instead untraveled. And already a couple of offensive miscues by Bluegrass.
Definitely not going the way they planned, and they're going to have to get their things together if they want to remain in this game.
Indeed, you notice on the last two possessions, both of those ended in travels, first by Mattiok and now by Haubenreich.
And it's the same thing with the younger guys as it is the older guys. The game stays the same. You got to take care of the basketball.
Indeed, so far WestJess looking hot coming out of second half. Right now 49-40 is the score. WestJess up by 9 with 4:12 left to go.
And I believe that is the largest lead we have seen in this game to this point. We'll see if the Blue Hawks will come back and try to cut this lead down a little bit.
Either that or WestJess just keeps building on their lead. It looks like it will be WestJess ball on the other side of the court. Waters with the throw in, Marshall waiting to receive.
Looks like the Blue Hawks will keep their same lineup in.
Now Marshall pass over to Waters, looking back. Goes to Bush, Waters, Marshall, back to Waters, finds Marshall. Instead missed, picked up by Price. Shot off the rim. The ball goes out, looks like off of WestJess, it will be Bluegrass ball.
Good possession there for the Blue Hawks. Just get the ball back in your hands. Try to get this lead down.
Now Kaufman will take it up. Finds Haubenreich. Dewerson over to Hansen. Hansen finds Dewerson. Goes back to Kaufman. Kaufman driving into the paint. Trying to get a block, but instead draws the foul.
Hard foul on what looked like to be Marshall right there. That's a great little hesitation move from number 13. J.P. Kaufman right there. And we'll see if he can try to cut this lead down to 7.
If you heard the announcer correctly, that was Nick Marshall's third foul. Kaufman, easy free throw for the first. Now looking for a second to try and make it a 7-point game.
And if you're Marshall, you got 3 fouls. That's obviously bad if you're the junior point guard. And he'll be subbed out of the game for what looks like to be number 21, Pierce Dukas.
Pierce Dukas coming back into the game after having early foul trouble. So far, 2 on the game. Now he's back in for the Colts. Hogan Price will take it up, trying to work. Instead, pass over to Waters, working in. Harris. Waters finding Bush. Instead, goes back up to the top of the Price. Price over to Waters. Waters driving in. Looking at instead, takes a mid-jump shot, and it's good.
A bit of a fade on that shot, but way to take your momentum, stop it, and convert the easy two.
Now Kaufman at the top finds Matty Oak in. Instead, driving in the paint against Harris. Harris blocks and gets it. Then picked up. Instead, after all the confusion, Habenreich comes back with the ball, puts it up for an easy two.
Great awareness from the senior Habenreich right there to just get those points on the board.
Pass over to Waters. Waters trying to find number 12, Ashton Harris in, but instead intercepted by Matty Oak and goes back to Kaufman at the top.
Great defense here from the Blue Hawks out of the timeout.
Now Kaufman looking over, gets it to Matty Oak. Matty Oak waiting beyond the arc, trying to find the open man, finds Kaufman. Kaufman finds Dewerson on the outside, trying to work in, gives it off to Matty Oak. Matty Oak in the paint, drives in, trying to work against Harris, but yet gets it, missed, and it goes out off of Harris.
You got to give credit to the Blue Hawks. They're doing everything they can to get a bucket in the paint, but just exquisite defense from the Colts here.
Now it looks like Colt Cummins will sub in for number 2, Liam Hansen for Bluegrass. Pass goes out to Kaufman and finds Habenreich at the top as Bluegrass tries to get some more points on the board. Habenreich at the top, and it finds it.
Just an
Easy two at the top of the paint. It's now a 5-point lead.
That's
still
right.
in West Jess's favor.
We're going to see a lot more of those if the Blue Hawks want to stay in this one.
Indeed. Pass out to Waters. Finds Dukas in the corner, but comes up short. Rebound by Kaufman. Kaufman waiting up near the top of the key, waiting for the setup. Instead finds Matty Oak. Matty Oak working against Harris. Missed. Deflects off of Harris, and it will go out off of Matty Oak.
Matty Oak getting some looks inside, but can't finish. You got to wonder, he keeps taking those shots, they've got to fall sometime.
So far, good effort by Bluegrass trying to stay in this thing. Still a 5-point game. Kaufman trying to intercept the pass, but it's picked up by Waters. Waters gets Dukas, and Dukas is fouled.
You know, a bit of a touchy call right there, but he's got a better look than we do down there.
He fouls on number 1, Dewerson, his second, team first.
That'll be a foul by Guy Dewerson, his second of the game. Not in that much foul trouble. Finds Bush, goes to Price. Price with a hot hand again. Tipped off the rim, trying to get the offensive board. Picked up by number 22, Cummins. Matty Oak over to Kaufman.
Looked like a bit of an over the back there, but they'll let it slide.
And just like that, another easy foul this time, but looks like number 12, Ashton Harris.
And the Blue Hawks fan base is a little excited to kind of get some calls going their way in the second half.
Correction, fouls on Dukas, now his third of the game. Starting to get into a little bit of trouble. Still has 2 to work with. Kaufman trying to work against Dukas. Gets the jump shot off, easy 2.
Tough bucket right there from 13. Great play.
Now 3-point game. Working in, finds Bush on the outside. Tries to get it off the Waters, but instead, wow. Interesting sequence of events. Apparently trying to get off the Waters, but instead tipped off of Kaufman. Still West Jess ball on their side.
Official a bit confusing, going both ways with his hand, but it eventually winds up in the Colts' hands.
Yeah, goes back to Waters now. A minute left in the third period here. Still a 3-point lead for West Jess. Waters beyond the arc, drives it in, looks for the shot, and missed, but draws a foul.
And we've been saying it all game, free throws matter. And right here we're going to see if 31 Daniel Waters has got that ingrained into his head like we do.
Indeed, that was Habenreich's third foul of the game as Waters goes to the line for 2. First shot by Waters is good.
You've got to love it when you're a coach, when your players convert at the line. It's just
now Habenreich will go off in a little bit of foul trouble. On comes number 23, Noah King for Bluegrass.
And Habenreich being out of the game is going to make a huge difference for the Blue Hawks. Got to see how they react here.
Offensive board picked up by Harris, and it's another foul.
Hard foul right there from Matty Oak. Hard foul.
Yep, and it was off in number 24, Matty Oak. And just like that, Maddio's starting to look like he's getting in a little bit of foul trouble himself. Right now, still a 4-point game in favor of WestJess. Now less than 35 seconds on the clock of the third period. Price waiting at the top of the key, trying to stall as much time as he can. Pearson applies the pressure, trying to work against Price, but now he's just staying up there nice and calm. We're now under sub 15 seconds. Price still waiting at the top, no pressure applied thus yet. Kaufman or Dewerson yet to do anything as Bluegrass maintains their zone defense. Price driving in, finds Waters. Waters looks at the top, shot, miss, picked up by Dewerson. Dewerson all the way from the other side, right off the rim.
Almost went for him right there. That would have been amazing.
Another attempt by Dewerson right before the period ended, but not enough, as now WestJess maintains their 4-point lead going into the final period of the game. Right now 52-48. We can't wait to see what happens for this last period here in West Jessamine High School. So far, it's been an interesting game. So what do you think so far, and what do you expect to see going into this last period?
You got to give credit to the Blue Hawks. Down 9 to start out the gate, playing sloppy, called the timeout. Good call by the coach to kind of get their heads back in it. I think we're going to see a lot more physicality from Maddioke, and maybe Habenreich will get another shot back in there. But if the Colts want to win this game, they'll keep throwing shots up, and they'll keep getting the good looks they've been getting all game.
Indeed. One thing Bluegrass has got to worry about, they already got a couple of guys in foul trouble. Dewerson, Habenreich, and Maddioke all with 3 fouls. Got to be careful as they try and stay on the inside of the paint, keep the shots down, and play defense. But so far, on the other side of the ball, looks like Dukas and Marshall are the only ones in foul trouble for WestJess thus far. Only 3 fouls, but they still got plenty to work with.
And free throws obviously will play a huge part in this final quarter of the game.
From what we've seen thus far, we've witnessed at least 4 missed free throws by Bluegrass. And like I said earlier, it's going to come back to bite them in the butt eventually. Free throws do matter, just a little damage over time. We get started with the 4th period. Waters working back over to Marshall. Marshall works back over, pass to Waters. A little back and forth action, finds Harris on the end, almost picked off, but instead finds Bush on the outside with the 3. Off the rim, rebound by Hansen. Takes his time, finds Kaufman on the other side. Kaufman working against the other 3, finds Halbenreich back in the game after his being subbed out for a few minutes. Halbenreich trying to drive in, shot at the top of the key, shot at the top of the paint, missed. Intended rebound and a hard fall by number 2, Liam Hansen.
That is a tough fall for number 2, Liam Hansen.
Looks like fouls on number 13, Hogan Price.
A lot of reaction here from the crowd.
With the 3 missed, rebound by Bush, and instead a foul on number 2 on Liam Hansen. This is when things start to get antsy right here, when they start drawing the fouls that they don't think it was on them.
And just a hard fall there for Hansen.
Shot missed, and now everybody's trying to go over it. Rebound by Maddioke. Finds Kaufman on the outside. Kaufman trying to drive in. Shot at the top of the paint, and it's good.
You can see 13 kind of getting in his rhythm there, feeling the space around him, took the shot. Good Jay.
Waters finds Bush. Bush driving in, but instead finds Price. Waters at the top for the 3. Missed off. Rebound by Dewerson.
WestJess is going to have to hit those 3s. They're going to have to do it.
Now J.P. Kaufman trying to work in. Mid-range shot, and it's good.
13 is heating up right now for the Blue Hawks.
And no kidding, 4 points for Kaufman, and now Bluegrass is back into the same. We got ourselves a tie game. Find Price on the other side. Price driving in, and it gets picked. Picked up by Kaufman. Kaufman back and forth with Hansen, and Kaufman lost control of the ball.
It looked like to me Hansen kind of got in the way of that shot right there. Or, excuse me, pass. It didn't look like it was intended for him. But WestJess will call the timeout, get things settled down, tie ball game.
Indeed. Take a look at this right here. Kaufman driving up, tried to find Hanson. Hanson passed back to Kaufman, but Kaufman didn't get both hands on it, but instead it goes out off of him. So now it'll be WestJess ball underneath Bluegrass's basket.
And you'd love to have that possession back. You'd love to have that 3-on-2, you know, but unfortunately they just can't capitalize right now in a close game.
Indeed. Right now 6:14 left to go in the game. Both teams coming out of the timeout. So far it has just been this close. Now we're looking at a WestJess possession right here as we come back from the timeout.
And one thing we didn't mention here, the referees definitely are going to play a big one in this game. They're going to have their calls on point.
Oh, definitely. Pass over to Waters, finds nobody, goes back to Marshall. Marshall finds Price in the corner, back over to Marshall, then back to Waters. Waters pass back to Marshall, trying to work against Dewerson, finds Price in the corner. With the shot, missed, rebound by Dewerson, and goes back to Kaufman.
Off the glass right there, tough miss for the kid.
So now Halvenreich will take the ball at the top of the key. Kaufman setting the pick, goes into Mattiok on the end, drives in the paint, tries to go for the shot, and it goes right out. Hanson had it, but then instead.
Great self-control by Halvenreich there. You saw 12. Ashton Harris pushing him away, way for the big guy to stay cool and collected.
Indeed, second foul of the night for Ashton Harris as Hanson goes to the line, missed off the rim, comes up short.
So hard to focus and lock in when you got the student section in the crowd on the edge of their seat.
Well, it's not just that. That now counts as roughly the 5th or 6th free throw missed by Bluegrass tonight. And he comes up short again, but rebound by Mattiok. Mattiok goes with the layup, misses. Mattiok gets his own rebound, puts the shot back up again, and it's missed off the backboard. Now everybody's screaming for the ball. Harris comes up with it, but instead, there's nobody there. Looks like Marshall was pushed down, but the refs did not catch it.
Ref taking a guess on whose possession it is. You kind of have to stay locked in these close games.
Indeed, now less than 5.5 to go. Kaufman at the top of the key. Passes it off to Halvenreich. Halvenreich all the way over to Hanson. Hanson waiting beyond the arc, gives it to Dewerson, one of their top threes in the game so far. Dewerson gives it to top. Dewerson gives it back to Kaufman at the top as they take their time. Kaufman drives in, mid-range jump, missed. Rebound by Hanson, and now Bluegrass has the lead off of Hanson's two.
Crucial bucket right there from the Blue Hawks, taking the lead right here.
Indeed, Marshall deep from three, and it's missed. Picked up by Halvenreich, he's going to try to go in. Gets past Waters on the paint, missed, and one.
What a take from the senior Will Halvenreich, leading all night, and he comes up big here in the fourth.
Another two for Halvenreich, and it is now a 4-point game in favor of Bluegrass.
And if you're the Colts, you've got to be upset with that deep three. You've got to. You just have to use every possession you can and get the most out of it. And right there, that just was not the shot they were looking for.
And now, just like that, the game is swung in favor of Bluegrass on back-to-back possessions with easy layups by Liam Hanson. And now Will Halvenreich, who will go to the line.
And I believe this is the first time the Blue Hawks have had the lead since the first half. And you got to get credit to them. Down by 9 to come out the gate. Looking really good right here in this fourth.
Indeed, on that last possession when Marshall missed the three and went all the way back to Halvenreich, and he just pretty much took it himself. And then eventually it led to an and one, and now he'll get another opportunity to try and add to that lead. So far, a 4-point lead for Bluegrass United.
Just under 5 left to play. We've seen a lot in this fourth already. A lot of physicality. Guys falling on the floor, loose balls everywhere, and it's shaping up to be a good one.
Indeed.
Free throws right here, crucial. And the pressure is on 4-point game. Trying to make this and 1 3 points. We'll see if he can do it.
So now Will Halvenreich at the line, trying to add on to the lead. And he does.
Ice cold from the senior right there.
So now Marshall leading the ball back for WestJess. Now pass off to Waters. Waters gives it back to Marshall. Marshall trying to work against Halvenreich, tries to drive in, finds Bush. Waters tries to drive in himself, but instead we have a jump ball.
Great defense there from Habenreich, doing it on both sides of the floor here for the Blue Hawks.
Indeed, now Bluegrass's ball with a 5-point lead, almost 4.5 to go in the game. Now Kaufman brings the ball back up for Bluegrass. Look on the other side, finds Habenreich, passes it off to Dewerson, over to Hansen. Hansen tries to pass it in, picked up by Marshall. No foul called. Daniel Waters.
And the ball is stuck in the rim. Would you look at that?
And another foul called on Bluegrass. It looks like this one will go against Liam Hansen again.
And how often do you see that in a high school basketball game? Not very often.
So now that was Hansen's third foul. Waters easy switch for 1 point.
Big shots up right here for WestJess. We'll see if he can convert on the second one.
We're going to take a look at the replay here. Waters trying to drive in.
This ball just gets
Hansen
stuck right there.
Ball gets stuck, and Hansen managed to get a hand on him, getting the foul. Makes the second one for Waters. So now Bluegrass ball, still a 3-point game though in their favor. Kaufman trying to drive against Marshall. Goes near to half court. Finds Hansen. Hansen trying to work against Waters. Nothing yet. Instead, tries to take it himself. Gives it off to Mattiuk, but instead goes out off of WestJess. Looks like it came off of Harris or Waters.
Good defense right there from WestJess, not letting get the edge with the baseline right there. You got to be proud of them if you're a coach.
Indeed, Guy Dewerson passes it back into Kaufman. Kaufman driving in. Goes to the paint. Shot at the top of the paint. Misses. Rebound by Mattiuk. Mattiuk tries to get it back up, but instead another foul. It looks like it will go against number 24, Brett Bush.
The big man getting it done right now for the Blue Hawks, and you know, it looks like that's going to be the tell all right here.
Second foul of the night for Bush, but so far not that much of trouble as Mattiuk makes his first.
Mattiuk struggling from the stripe on the other end of the floor in the first half. We'll see if he can convert these two right here.
He's already got one down of those tonight. Second shot up and good.
Great execution right there from 24.
Now Mattiuk's two shots make it a 5-point game. Pass over to Bush. Bush back to Marshall at the top, goes to Waters. Waters back to Marshall. Fake to Price. Tries to find Price again. Instead gets it back. Price back to Waters at the top. Looks in to Harris. Finds Bush. Back to Waters. Then back to Price and over back to Waters. Finds Marshall in the corner. Marshall driving in. Layup is good.
Strong take by number 2, Drew Marshall. Big bucket.
Now we're back in a 3-point game off of Marshall's layup. That was a good one right there, and a crucial one for that matter, as we are now at almost 3 minutes left to play.
It's coming down to the wire right here.
Indeed, Hansen trying to work against Waters. Pass back off to Kaufman. Pass out to Will Habenreich, working his way back up to the top.
And it seems like we've got a mismatch here on Habenreich. If I'm Bluegrass, I'm taking advantage of that right now.
Indeed, goes back over to Kaufman. Kaufman working against number 12, Harris. Miss, rebound by Bush, and Marshall's wide open. And an easy layup, and we got ourselves a 1-point game.
Great
quarter
possession
winners,
there,
and now we're
right
going
there.
back off on the fast break. Kaufman waiting at the top, finds Habenreich. We're now less than 2.5. Dewerson down to Kaufman in the corner, trying to work against Marshall. Double team. No fouls yet. Dewerson from 3. Missed off the rim. Attempted rebound by Harris. Picked up by Habenreich. And a travel. Habenreich gets called for the travel, and it's WestJess ball.
And you hate to see that if you're a Bluegrass fan. And we'll take a look at this on the replay.
And
Just
the
a
last
great
play,
pass.
a great pass by Harris all the way to Marshall for an easy layup. We're now back on the other side of the court. Ashton Harris drawing a foul. Looks like it came from Reese Mattiuk.
And if you're Bluegrass, you really want to take your time with the ball here and get the most out of your possessions.
Correction, foul was on number 2, Liam Hansen, and that is Hansen's 4th foul. One more, and he is out. Layup, and it's good from Ashton Harris.
Another lead change here.
We are now coming down to the wire. Less than 2 minutes left to play. Hansen, currently the only Bluegrass, now in foul trouble with 4. Goes to Kaufman. Kaufman deep from 3. Missed off the rim, and it's picked up by Hogan Price. Kaufman tried to beat it back, missed. Price with the layup.
West Jessamine coming alive here in the final minutes of this game.
And there we go, another timeout called. The Bluegrass trying to take a timeout, trying to get some momentum back here, or take some away from WestJess. It is now a 62-59 game. 1 minute, 30 seconds left in the game.
And let's take a look at that on the replay.
And a great job picked up by Hogan Price. Nice, calm, cool, collected all the way to the basket for another 2. Lead increased to 3 for WestJess.
Yeah, just a way to finish there. Big bucket and a big moment from the kid.
Now 1 minute, 30 seconds left in the game, Asa. What are you thinking right here?
Now roles are reversed. A minute ago I said the Blue Hawks have to take their time with the ball. Now WestJess really needs to focus on their ball handling and their possessions and using the most of their time. If you're the Blue Hawks, you're scrappy, you're looking for any loose ball you can get, any turnover, and you're going to try to convert on anything you can get.
Indeed. So far, Drew Marshall, Daniel Waters, and Hogan Price helping the Colts to get back into the game right here. Coming back out of the timeout, 1 minute 30 left on the clock. We're looking for some good action right here, some fast breaks possibly, maybe a little bit of stalling, whoever's leading with less than a minute to go. Come back out of the timeout, it will be Bluegrass throw-in on the other side of the court.
And it gives the players, this timeout gives the players some time to cool off, catch their breath, and coach maybe puts a play in for this next possession.
And here we go, clock winding down, now less than a minute and a half. J.P. Kaufman bringing the ball up for Bluegrass. Ball goes to Matteo. Matteo trying to find Halbenreich on the inside, trying to drive against 3 different guys, and it's intercepted by Marshall. Pass was intended for Matteo, but instead, Hansen Hansen gets another foul, and just like that, Liam Hansen is now, pretty sure.
Huge play right there from Marshall. Huge play. The Colts really needed that, and we'll see if he can make it worth it at the line.
Yep, and just like that, that was Liam Hansen's 5th foul of the game, so that means he is now out. Number 23, Noah King coming in for him. Nick Marshall to the line.
And that's a huge loss right there for the Blue Hawks.
And it's missed, but it hits all the way back out, picked up by Price. King trying to find him, it goes back to Waters. Waters over to Marshall. Now, Colts going to try and take their time. Waters back at the top of the key with the ball against Halbenreich. Waters trying to drive, finds Bush, goes back to Marshall, and now Colts are in stall mode. Passing it back and forth, Bush and Marshall. Marshall trying to work against Halbenreich. Gets a pass off to Waters. Now less than a minute to play. We are now under 50 seconds. Trying to drive, Halbenreich gets the foul.
And that's a foul you really don't want to give to Marshall because they're in the bonus.
Fouls on number 10, Halbenreich, his 4th, team 8.
And just like that, that is well Halbenreich's 4th foul of the game. Another Blue Hawk in foul trouble. Marshall's shot is good.
And you can't use number 10, Will Halbenreich out there. You really can't. He's such a leader, and you definitely want to keep him conservative these last moments of the game.
So far, Will Halbenreich with 21 points on the night for Bluegrass. Marshall's 2nd shot goes off the rim, rebounded by Matteo. Pass up to Kaufman, and we are now less than 45 seconds. Still a 2-possession game for Bluegrass as they're looking to try and tie it at the least to send it to overtime.
They need to
Kaufman
get a
trying to
bucket
drive
off.
against Marshall, finds King, but instead, pass up to Halbenreich at the top. Halbenreich trying to drive, finds Matteo against Harris. Layup is good for Matteo.
Big bucket from Matteo, and he looks like he's a bit shaken up on the play, grabbing his right knee. Hope he's all right.
Looks like he's limping off, but Bluegrass did call a timeout.
24.7 left to play in this 2-point game.
Indeed, WestJess, not only that, WestJess does have the ball, if I remember correctly.
They're also in the bonus here, so if you're...
Take a look on the last play. Pass by Halbenreich goes to Matioc, and he gets it, but then they call the timeout.
And it looks like he landed a little funny on that right leg, so that's probably the reason why he was holding it at the end of the play.
Indeed, it gives him a chance to get a little breather, but right now, only one possession game. The Blue Hawks will try and tie it. But remember, pretty much have less than 25 seconds in the game, and it's WestJess's ball. What are you seeing here? You seeing a stall out?
If I'm WestJess, I'm really going to take my time, but I'm expecting Bluegrass to try to come out and foul so they get another possession with the ball and take their chances at the free throw line.
But not only that, now that it's a one possession game, will you see a full court press by Bluegrass?
Of course. But with the loss of Hansen, King is now in. It's not the normal guy in that spot, so we're going to see if that has an effect here late in the fourth.
And here we go. Daniel Waters will throw the pass in. Looks like Marshall, Bush, and Price will all be waiting on their side of the court. Here we go. Trying to get the pass. I'll get to the Waters, and a foul by number 1, Guy Dewerson.
Crowd reacting in both ways. Such a tense moment here at West Jessamine High.
And just like that, that's Dewerson's 3rd foul of the game. Waters will go to the line again. Sub comes in, number 12, Ashton Harris for number 21, Pierce Dukas.
Big free throws here for West Jess.
And it's a 1-for-1 right here. If Waters makes this, has a chance to make it a 2-possession game. And it's good. And another one for Daniel Waters. He makes this one. It's a 2-possession game. And an opportunity for WestJess to seal the deal right here. 21.7 seconds left on the clock. Waters set to take his 2nd shot. 2nd shot up. Off the rim. Rebound by Matioc.
20 seconds left here.
Pass off the Kaufman. We are now at 15 seconds left. And another timeout taken by Bluegrass.
And that's a smart call by coach right there. Going to draw something up, get the shot they want, get the ball in the hands of the guys they need to take this shot. Great call right there.
We are now less than 15 seconds. Bluegrass ball. When they're drawing out the play, who do you see taking that shot?
I'm seeing Guy Dewerson. I mean, he came out shooting the lights out. I mean, 4 threes in a row. He's my guy.
Indeed. I would say either Dewerson or Halbenreich, but you got to remember, both guys in a bit of foul trouble. Halbenreich with 4 fouls on the game, Dewerson with 3. Hansen is out with 5. But also, Reese Matioc, I mean, he's been doing very well on defense. Only 3 fouls this game. Very good for a big man.
Right. Especially with the way he plays, the physicality, the toughness. That's great self-control right there on the defensive end.
Indeed. Looks like you got fans from both WestJess and Bluegrass on their feet. Final seconds of the game. We're going to see some action right here.
Definitely a nail biter.
And here we go. Coming out of the timeout, Bluegrass ball. We're going to see a nice big shot right here. WestJess can get a hold of the ball and hold on to it. They can seal the deal right here, but Bluegrass ball, they need 3 to tie. J.P. Kaufman with the throw-in. Finds nobody, finds King on the inside. King trying to drive in, goes to Matio. Matio instead finds Kaufman on the outside. Kaufman, shot at the top of the paint. Bounced off, picked up by King. Now 3, 2, 1. Matty.
He got it! He got it!
You talk about ice in his veins. Will Halbenreich, a 3 to tie the game and send it to overtime.
I do not believe what I'm seeing right now. Will Halbenreich has the team on his back the whole game and comes up in the biggest moment of it all.
Incredible. It looks like the refs are talking a little bit, and apparently it looks like they're counting it as 3.
And it looks like we are going to go take a look at this shot from the replay.
Shot goes out. King passes it off to Halbenreich. And it looks like Halbenreich was behind the line when he shot it.
He was behind the line. What a play from the senior. And this game is definitely going to go to overtime.
Indeed, but you got to remember, now that we're in overtime, this is where Bluegrass does not want to get into foul trouble. Guy Durson, 3 fouls. Will Halbenreich, 4 fouls. Reese Mattio, 3 fouls. They have to be very careful and not try and get themselves in trouble or shoot themselves in the foot. We're right now tied at 64, but also keep in mind, WestJess is in the bonus right now. Currently, Bluegrass, 9 fouls this half.
Definitely going to be interesting the way Bluegrass plays this with the foul trouble. But if I'm WestJess, I'm coming out aggressive to try to get those guys to get into the end.
Not only that, a smart move for WestJess would be go at the guys with foul trouble. If they can get Halbenreich out, that takes out one of their best defenders and one of their best shooters at the same time.
That's right.
So here we go, 8-minute overtime. We're gonna have a little tip-off, just like any other period. Right now, we got a game tied at 64 on the court. We have Halbenreich, Durson, Kaufman, King, and Mattioke for Bluegrass on the court for WestJess, Price, Marshall, Waters, Harris, and Bush. Now Ashton King working against Durson, finds Halbenreich, and it's good. Will Halbenreich, the gift that keeps on providing for Bluegrass. It is now a 2-point game in favor of Bluegrass. Price and Marshall working back and forth, finds Hogan Price, looks to Bush down in the corner, works into Waters. Waters out to Marshall, wide open 3. Rings right out, picked up by rebound, Kaufman.
That's a good open 3 by Marshall right there. Couldn't ask for a better shot.
Indeed, we got fans on their feet in this arena right now. Durson with the ball, trying to find a man on the inside. Finds King, looking to the outside, guarded by Waters. Works back to the top, finds Durson. Durson trying to find Kaufman in. Gets to him and goes to Halbenreich.
If I'm WestJess, Halbenreich's the first guy I want to get a foul on.
Indeed. Goes to Mattioke, goes back out to Halbenreich, trying to work in. Mid-range jumper, bounces out in, Mattioke missed, rebound by Marshall.
And Mattioke is down, holding that right knee again.
And Mattioke is down. It looks like refs are calling an injury timeout.
And WestJess's coach is animated right now. He is not happy.
Having Mattioke landing hard, and he's going to go over to the bench to sit down. Taking a look at the replay, mid-range by Halbenreich. Mattioke tried to go for the rebound, put back, but instead missed, picked up by Marshall, and he goes down hard.
Automatic pain, and you can see it.
So looks like Mattioke will be out of the game now as Bluegrass brings on number 22, Colt Cummins. Marshall over to Price and back to Marshall. Back to Price, goes for the 3. Misses wide, but picked up by Brett Bush, looks to Waters. Basket's on the ground, but picked up by Waters. Waters goes in, draws the foul, but he'll get 2.
That's a good take right there. Good patience from the big man. And we'll see if he can convert at the line.
Indeed. And not only that, but number 22 Cummins has some fouls to work with. First foul of the game, first shot by Waters is good.
And Mattioke will check back into the game. He seems to be walking a little hesitantly, but seems to be all right.
That's toughness right there. They need Mattioke down below, getting the rebounds, putting it back if they need. Waters with his second shot. And we have ourselves a tie game. And here we go. Looks like number 23, Noah King, will come off. Number 14, Luke Halbenreich, will come on. So here we go, 66 all, less than 2.5 to go in the game. Kaufman bringing it up for Bluegrass. We're gonna be on the arc, finds Halbenreich, Halbenreich from beyond the arc. Missed, rebound by Bush, goes to Harris, and then to Waters. Waters driving in, layup, missed, rebound by Harris, put back, and it's good.
Clutch bucket right there from the Colts.
And just like that, Bluegrass has already got the ball back on their side. They're trying to work quick here. Now less than 2 to go. Ball goes to Halbenreich, trying to find the inside man. Nothing yet. Gets it down to Kaufman. Sees it Durson from deep. And it's good.
Ice in his veins right now, big play.
Now 1-point game in favor of Bluegrass. Trying to get it to Hogan Price. Tries to go back to Marshall, almost picked up by Kaufman. Bush finds Waters on the inside. Waters with the layup, and he misses. Rebound by Harris, and that's a foul.
And remember, double bonus here in overtime.
That's huge right there. Not only that, the foul came from Guy Dewerson. That was his 4th, I believe.
So now we have two very important players on the Blue Hawks team with 4 fouls.
Shot, and it comes up short.
He's got one more attempt to try to get this to a tie game.
Least they can do is tie it and keep it close. Right now, 1:27 left to go on the clock. And he misses wide. Rebound by Matteo. Ball goes to Halbenreich. And here we go. This is where the fun begins. Ball to Dewerson and pass over to Kaufman. Kaufman waiting at the top, getting it all set up. Ball goes to Halbenreich. Halbenreich over to Dewerson. Dewerson down to Halbenreich. And now they're trying to play the stall game. Hold on to the ball as long as they can. And a timeout.
Good call right there from number 1, Guy Dewerson with the timeout there. Don't want to turn the ball over here and with just over a minute to play.
Indeed. Still a 1-point game thus far. You know it's overtime, man. You know the tensions are going to be riding high. So what do you expect to see right here? Less than a minute to go. What do you think WestJess' best options are right now?
Either ways, just stay off, keep them off the 3-point line. You can take a bucket inside, but you really don't want a 3-point shot going up to make this a 2-possession game.
Indeed. Not only that, but if they can get the ball back on their side, they can go right at Dewerson or Halbenreich, try and force them out of the game.
Right. And, you know, you got 2 guys with 2 foul troubled guys. You kind of just want to play it safe right here.
Indeed. So far, WestJess staying very disciplined as far as fouls. Most I've seen from players Drew Marshall and Pierce Dukas with 3 apiece.
And you don't want to foul, period, if you're Bluegrass United, because the WestJess is in the double bonus.
Indeed. And here we go. Will Halbenreich to throw it in. It goes to Kaufman. We are now less than a minute to play. Goes to Dewerson. Over to Luke Halbenreich. Trying to work against Daniel Waters. And now they're trying to stall it out. Less than 45 to play. Pass it off to Kaufman, over to Halbenreich, over to Kaufman. Kaufman to Mattiok on the inside, and now he's trying to work it back out. Now less than 40 seconds. Shot,
Woo!
and one.
And one from the senior's little brother. Big shot for the little guy.
Luke Halbenreich gets the 2, and he'll go to the line for 1.
And Bluegrass's fan section is going crazy for number 14.
Shot is good. And now a 2-possession game. They need to work fast. Waters deep from 3, off the rim, rebound by Halbenreich. And now they're trying to foul him. Foul by Harris, and that will be foul number 4. And just like that, Bluegrass fans are going crazy. They know they have this thing in the bag.
And that's good from 14. Luke Halbenreich, I believe it is, to get away from that foul right there and just keep chipping that little extra time off the clock. You couldn't ask more from a high school basketball at this point, but the game is not over yet.
Indeed. And right now, WestJess taking a quick timeout. They're currently down by 4. JP Kaufman will be at the line to shoot. What are you thinking right here? It's a 4-point game. They can make it it's already a 2-possession game. Do you think they can make it that much harder for them?
And you really want to take your time here with these free throws. Get the best attempt you can, because it does matter right here.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a great game tonight going into overtime. Right now, 21 seconds left to play in overtime. Bluegrass United up 72-68 against WestJess. Currently in the timeout called by WestJess as we get ready to come back out. And pretty sure number 13, JP Kaufman, will be at the line for Bluegrass to shoot.
30-second wrap up at the end of the game.
Coming out of the timeout, Kaufman will be shooting for 2, I believe. Right now in the bonus, Ashton Harris with his 4th foul after that play. First WestJess Colt to be in foul trouble tonight. A 1-for-1 with an opportunity to try and get it closer for WestJess should he miss.
Big shot right here. Ice cold. And he'll get another attempt here in the bonus.
And an easy shot made for Kaufman. Now a 5-point lead for Bluegrass. An easy switch and is now a hard 2-possession game.
And that's going to look like it's about to seal it right here for us.
Missed. Wow, hit back. Picked up by Halbenreich. And with emphasis. Halbenreich. Insert dagger here, and that is it.
And Will Halbenreich will send them home with a slam dunk. Perfect way to end.
Indeed. You talk about a game tonight. Bluegrass fans actually going wild. They can't believe they won. And what a game we saw tonight. It's a great defense, great offense. You talk about ice in his veins. Will Halbenreich. A game-tying 3 as time expires. And just like that, Bluegrass comes back with a huge win.
And that looks like it's going to wrap it up for us here at West Jessamine High. Big thanks to AU production team. Thanks for listening.